Are we ready? Welcome, Center for Spiritual Living, Temecula Valley. Good to have you here and out there this morning. Welcome. We're going to do a little centering song in the stillness. You can sing along or just sit. In the stillness of this moment, there is peace. There is peace. In the stillness of this moment, there is peace. There is peace. And I rest and trust and breathe and know that in the stillness of this moment, there is peace. There is peace. There is love. There is hope. Thank you.
The mic works. Does the mic work? Oh, nice. We checked it before and everything, but I'm paranoid. Welcome to Centers for Spiritual Living. Thank you very much for that beautiful opening song, for our centering song. Yeah, let's give them a round of applause. And now I'm going to go ahead and ring the bowl 3 times, and then we will have our invocation, and we'll move on from there. And into this holy silence, we remember that God is here. God is here present. God is everywhere around us. God is in and through and as us. There is nothing and no place, no time or space that is not God. And knowing that there is nothing but God anywhere, ever, I know that I am part of God. And I know that if I am part of God, that same thing is true for every beloved soul in this room and beyond. And so with that knowledge, I know that today's service is blessed. I know that the speakers and the singers and the support teams, everyone is working as God. And so, you know what? I just allow it to be. And so it is.
So it is.
So I would just like to say welcome again. Centers for Spiritual Living is a teaching center, so we have a lot of classes and cool things going on. We're a very open, welcoming, affirming place. So if this is your first time here, truly welcome, welcome. I have our online folks are over this way. I'm not going to do the Jaws theme. I feel like I'm going to leave that to the Rev. But welcome online. We're so glad you're here. We're glad you're taking time this morning to be with us on your laptop, your cell phone, wherever you may be. So thank you very much. And I am going to invite us all now to stand for our community song, Holy, Holy Way, written by Ricky Byers and performed by the wonderful Cahill and Deline.
And you all, okay, so this is a call and response song. I will call and Cahill and you will respond. I think if you have the lyrics up there, it's the indented second line. But if not, just follow us. 2, 3, 4. Here we go. Well, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me know that love is all around
Let me know that love is all around me.
Oh, let me know that love is all around
Let me know that love is all around me.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me learn from all the ways I fall.
Let me learn from all the ways I fall.
Oh, let me know that love can heal us all.
Let me know that love can heal us all.
Oh, let me know that love can heal us all.
Let me know that love can heal us all.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me share the good that's overflowing.
Let me share the good that's overflowing.
And let me care for those around the world.
Let me care for those around the world.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
You are just amazing. You sounded great out there.
Like a choir of angels.
Much. That was wonderful. Like, I'm pumped. Are you guys pumped? I feel like let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Feeling good.
Right? Oh, man. Now I'm supposed to do the spiritual reading, but I'm like amped. I don't feel very calm right now. It's all good. Today's spiritual reading is from the book Rise, Sister, Rise by Rebecca Campbell. It's okay to be scared. In fact, when it comes to rising, feeling scared or unsure is normal, especially when you're doing the work that your soul is calling you to do. Especially if you are called to forge a new way of doing things and transforming yourself. If you didn't feel a little bit unsure, that would be odd. I've got a quote on my wall by Joan of Arc, which reads, "I am not afraid. I was born to do this." Now, for so long, I looked at Joan's fierceness and I wondered how she could stand with such conviction. However, she is known for courage, and courage isn't the absence of fear. Courage is facing what you are afraid of. So when I feel into that quote now, I feel like it's almost a mantra, assuring herself that she can do it regardless of the fear. So if you are afraid to transform, rise, or pave a new path, that is my heart's deepest prayer for you, to find the courage to rise despite and maybe especially because of the fear. We are in a constant state of change. Each new moment is unknown. We don't know what's coming next, and we don't know what we're transforming into. The thing that makes it harder is resisting it. Like standing at the edge of a high diving board and looking down. Stopping and taking in the sheer height and all the space between you and the water. And the longer you wait, the more excruciating it gets. But if you move in one big sweeping motion, by the time you come up for air, you say, it wasn't so bad. Let's do that again. Let's do it again. This is the constant process of rising, of moving with life. The longer you resist, the harder it gets. But if you allow the rhythm of the motion to take you, you start seeing it as a ride. Every moment of every day, we are to some degree standing at the edge of that diving board. The more you think about it and resist the inevitable, the scarier it gets. But if you allow the fear by breathing into it deeply and then leaping into the constant state of surrender, you begin swimming with source. You become source in motion. And when the water catches you, you discover that it is possible to feel scared and still be safe. Thank you.
Amen. Wow.
All right, we have a new song coming up, and this is the part actually where I get to talk about the wonderful Barry Cahill and Delene St. Clair.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. No, they gave me instructions. They don't trust me. That's not. Oh, gosh. What a joy it is to have Barry Cahill and Delene St. Clair here with us today. Yes.
Thank you.
That's right. I'm not going to clap. The mic will do weird things. They are longtime friends of our CSL TV community, and we do love having them here with us. They are a talented married team. Barry started playing his sax at age 8, and Delene has been on stage since the age of 7. I know, right?
With a few bathroom breaks.
Oh, they are each beautiful musicians. Barry has been a working musician most. I'm just going to take a minute so my mouth can catch up to my brain. All right. Barry has been a working musician most of his life, and he's worked with the Tony Robbins organization. That's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Delene has also been a working musician and actress most of her life. She has done commercial and studio voice work, as well as playing in many clubs and stages. They formed the Hot Pursuit Band together, which is such a great name. I love that. And they've been performing for many, many years across the country. They won the Bash Top Variety Award, Variety Band Rising Star Award for US and Canada 3 years in a row. I know, right? They were also voted best of promo and booking at Gigmasters from 2012 to 2023. They are in July. This is so cool. In July, they're going to Slovakia.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Is it personal or business? Are you for fun or like?
Mostly a family visit, but we'll play a little bit of music. Barry's bringing his flute, and I'm sure there's a guitar over there somewhere in Slovakia. So
That's awesome. Oh, it'll be so much fun.
thank you.
So they are accomplished writers and singers, as you've already heard, and they are ready to play your next gig. So if your next gig, and you can find them at hotpursuitmusic.com.
Wow.
All right.
Thank you.
There we go. Thank you.
Well, thank
I'm
you.
excited.
Thank you very much. God, that was, wow. We've been a friend of this community since 2005. That was the first time we came here back at the old location with Pat. And I'm going to digress just a little bit. Funny story. We were supposed to go up to Calgary and play for Pat's church up there. And this is that year that Canada finally made the international news because of all the floods and disaster they had with the hot rain melting all the snow and flooding all the rivers. There was no way for us to get a 100-mile trip from Banff to Calgary because every road, no matter even a 16-hour roundabout, they were washed out. They were just like Grand Canyon.
So we
in
went
every
up there
road.
to play, and we just took a vacation
We
instead.
ended up doing vacation. But that being said,
But we missed Pat.
yeah. I
One
know.
of these days we'll get up there again.
Yes,
All
we
right.
will.
So let's tell them about the song.
Okay, enough of the digression. This is a song that's on our CD, Song for Humanity. And this I did write when I was working with Tony Robbins back in 1989. I was how long ago I wrote this song. But I think it's still relevant. And it comes from an even older tradition. This is I was influenced by a lot of the old Motown guys, like, the Temptations and the Four Tops, and later on the Jackson 5. And I thought, God, that's such cool music. I should write a song like that. And it should be kind of a upbeat motivational song. So this is called What Have You Got to Give?
And it's definitely about courage. All right, let's do it. you. Singing and dancing is allowed. Oh, wrong song.
Check back on the field.
Okay, here we go.
Look inside you. What do you see? A gift you've got to give the world to set it free. Listen to you now. Hear what you say. You're asking just what have I got to give away? Well, maybe it's a new invention or a book that just won't wait. But all your good intention, oh, put it on the plate. What have you got to give? What have you got to give? What have you got to give? What have you got to give?
Look around you. What do you see? A world in need of so much love, you and me. Listen to yourself. What's your excuse? You say one man can change the world, so what's the use? What about Mother Teresa or John F. Kennedy? Or what about Mahatma Gandhi? Now how about you and me? Ooh, yeah. Look above you. What do you know? Heaven at our fingertips. The world needs to be shown.
Listen deeply to that inner voice. Rise up to the calling now. It's your choice. 'Cause maybe you will be the person to set that business straight upon the path to truth and freedom. Come on, don't make him wait. What have you got to give? 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 And I am positive that you got something real good to give now. Look inside yourself, reach into yourself, and you find it, you find you got something great to give the world.
What have you got to give? What have you got to give?
What have you got to give? What have you got to give? What have you got to give now?
That's courage, yeah.
Are we ready? I mean, after that, I feel like I'm ready for whatever comes next, right? Like, come on. As you probably figured out by now, Reverend Charlene is not here today, right? I mean, shocking. But I would like to introduce our wonderful, beloved practitioner, Pat Clark. Pat has been a student of religious science for more than 25 years, and she became a CSL practitioner in 2021, which I didn't know it was that recent. That was really cool. Her life has been blessed by this teaching as she has grown in faith, knowing that she is one with the divine. Pat says it is her pleasure to share her time, talent, and treasure with the CSL TV community, which she considers to be her spiritual family. Likewise, we are so blessed to have you. And I'm going to leave you now in the very capable hands of practitioner Pat Clark.
Again, a minute to get organized. Okay, I think it's open now. Okay, can you hear me okay? Oh, yeah. All right, let me see if I can see you. Wow, you should see all the light that's looking back at me. Can you hear me? Got to have it right up to my mouth. I don't have anything to. Oh, what do you think? Should we do that? Yeah. This is okay.
Up to you. It's up to you.
Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. All right. I think I better take the headset. Excuse. Yeah. So just on the left side. I'll let you do it because. Okay. Oh.
Then I'm going to turn you on.
Okay.
As long as you're turning on.
Thank you. Okay, how's that? That better? Now? Better. Okay. All right. All right, let me see again. All right. Well, hi, everybody. Hi. Happy Pride Month and also happy belated Juneteenth. Now, my topic is, where is my courage? And I really want to take a look at how we can manifest strength in the face of fear, and also at the possibility of courage as a spiritual practice. And I was just thinking during Marsty's reading that I could just get up here and say what she said. That was a perfect reading. Thank you, Marsty. Now, I wish I was brave. I wish I could stand alone in the face of adversity and champion what is just and right. I wish I could speak out and speak up in scary situations. When I am asked what kind of life I would like to live, the word that comes to mind most often is courageous. I want to live a life of courage. I admire people who are brave, who display courage. I want to be brave, but sometimes I'm afraid. Courage is defined as strength in the face of fear. The word courage is derived from the Old French word courage, which from the Latin cor means heart. It denotes the heart as the seat of feelings. So I was a very shy little girl. I had a very little confidence, and I often tried to make myself very small so I would not be noticed. I did not want to risk ridicule or doing something silly or wrong. I took every scolding or imagined reprimand or put down to heart, and it hurt deeply. I tried very hard to be a good girl, and I worried that I might not ever be enough. I was that little girl who couldn't sleep the night before a test at school, and I often made myself sick because I was so afraid I might not do well. I was afraid to look people in the eye or answer them directly. I usually walked around with my head down, and I mumbled when spoken to. I was fearful that I was not good enough or smart enough or attractive enough. I most certainly was not white enough, which was very significant for a Black child growing up in segregated Chicago in the 1950s. I was afraid of a lot of things, including the imaginary, so they say, monster that lived in my bedroom. Where I grew up, survival could hinge on how tough you appeared to be. If kids picked on me, and they often did, and sometimes they threatened to beat me up, I would run home crying. One day, my mother met me at the door and told me to go back and defend yourself. If you run home crying again because someone threatened you, she said, I will spank you. and you know the rest of it. I will give you something to cry about. Now, my mother was not cruel. Her job was to prepare me for the real world. We lived in the projects on the south side of Chicago. We lived in the ghetto, and I needed to learn to survive. I had no choice. I had to summon the courage to stand up for myself and fight back if necessary. So I did. I summoned the will to stand up for Pat. I was not running home crying to my mommy again. My mother recognized my lack of confidence, and she was diligent about helping me change my fearful habits. If someone spoke to me and I pretended not to hear them, just kept walking with my head down, my mom would make me stop and return the greeting, which I mumbled until mom made me do it again. I learned after many tries to always speak up and look people in the eye. No exceptions. Children, adults, white people. Always look them in the eye. In the 60s, I was in high school and then college. I, like much of the country, witnessed so much bravery, so many people who seemed, at least, to be unafraid. There were the civil rights leaders like Dr. King, who marched in the face of violence, who went to jail, who lost their lives, who stood strong because they believed in something important. There was Rosa Parks, standing alone, risking violence and arrest to take her seat at the front of the bus. And there were the children, escorted by the National Guard past vicious taunts and hatred, to be the first to desegregate schools in the South. My friends, who shipped out to Vietnam every week, some of them never returning, many of them never the same. I especially remember a time when my mother took my two cousins and I to a county clinic for vaccinations. We were lined up to be given our shots in turn. The white doctor giving the vaccinations was obviously unhappy about his assignment. He was rude to us, and he handled us kids roughly, especially my male cousin. He was cruel, careless, and dismissive. My mother looked that doctor right in the eye, and she told him to stop it. He would not treat us. She told him he was not going to treat us that way. My mother was very brave. And my father, who bravely served despite prejudice and discrimination as one of the first Negro officers in the U.S. Navy. Later, there were people who bravely and openly asserted their sexual identity in the face of taunting, threats, hatred, and violence. There are people all over the world who stand up to corrupt governments and dictators, risking their lives to fight for freedom. And there are the people who speak out, often on their own, for what they know is just and right. I really wanted to be brave like them. Even today, at 77 years old, I am still in pursuit of real courage. In The Gifts of Imperfection, Brené Brown speaks of authenticity, the practice of letting go of who we think we should be and embrace who we are. Choosing authenticity means cultivating the courage to be imperfect, to set boundaries, and to allow ourselves to be vulnerable, exercising the compassion that comes from knowing that we are all made of strength and struggle, and nurturing the connections and the sense of belonging that can only happen when we believe that we are enough. It takes courage to believe that we are enough. Brown reminds us that we may be imperfect and vulnerable and sometimes afraid, but that does not change the truth that we are also brave and worthy of fair treatment and belonging. Bishop Marianne Buddy displayed courage and integrity when she challenged our president to have mercy. In her book, How We Learn to Be Brave, Reverend Buddy is forthcoming about not considering herself to be an inherently brave person, that she has become so by practicing courage as a spiritual discipline. Courage as a spiritual practice. That is an interesting thought. In Living with It Without Fear, Dr. Ernest Holmes said, "For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." He says, we must consciously set the good in motion, recognize it, and let it work for us. So long as certain specific fear comes to our consciousness, we should daily meet it and, looking it squarely in the face, explain to ourselves why we do not need to be afraid of it. We must refuse to entertain doubt and fear and resolutely set our minds towards faith, acceptance, and receptivity. We must be patient with ourselves when we appear to fail, rejoicing when we conquer. There must be a flexibility of thought as well as a determination of purpose. We should be entirely turned away from the undesirable condition and, looking through it, see the opposite outcome. In other words, in pursuit of courage, we must do the work. We may need to treat and move our feet. With prayer and action, we must know that we are God's perfect creation, and as one with the divine, know that we are already brave. We have everything we need to be brave, and we must see it, feel it, practice it, and believe it, for the truth is that courage is already ours. We must keep doing our work until we achieve our goal. Dr. Holmes tells us that wisdom, strength, courage, and all harmonious conditions are a direct result of spiritual power, with which we already are equipped. There are many ways we can practice courage, things that can become part of our daily spiritual life. Michelle D. Gladio, in her book, Communicate with Courage, says that courage allows us to live larger, to experience the world beyond our comfort zone. Courage means not giving in to doubt. It's curtailing negative self-thinking and self-talking. It's asking for feedback, owning our mistakes, expressing our feelings, addressing touchy subjects, and sharing credit. Courage can be called on in innumerable ways and is one of the most thrilling gifts of being human. In an article in Greater Good magazine, Amy Eva shared 6 ways to find your courage during challenging times. And she reminds us that courage does not have to look dramatic or even fearless. Courage can be expressed boldly or quietly. It can be practiced on a small scale. It does not have to be a big show. Courage can fit anywhere we need it. Eva suggests that see yourself as courageous. See yourself as courageous. A familiar phrase heard around 12-step meetings is fake it until you make it. Mm-mm. Act as if by reminding yourself, I am courageous now. Get comfortable with mistakes. Fear of failure can negatively correlate with courage. Realize that it's okay to make mistakes. That's how we learn. It is better to make a mistake and benefit from lessons learned than to avoid situations because we fear we might do something wrong. Keep trying. Practice and persevere. As fear lessens because we move through obstacles by not giving up, we become more confident, more prepared to conquer fear. Look for the heroes. They are all around us. Our heroes could be anyone. Research has shown that those who we admire most represent some aspect of our ideal self as they demonstrate moral courage. These are the role models who inspire us to do better and be better. Clarify your values. We often fail to recognize the courage in ourselves that we admire in others. We might ask ourselves what we value in ourselves. What do we stand for? And what is important to us? Also, important is taking time to recognize our personal success and accomplishments and become part of a social force of courage. Community is important. It is better to be part of an action group than to be isolated by fear. We can often find courage as part of a group. We build courage each time we move towards what inspires us instead of away from what scares us. When we face our fears, and we can do that in baby steps, we can overcome them. Acknowledge what scares you. What are you afraid of? Take a deep breath. Trust and take action. Remember, you are never alone. See yourself dealing with imagined fearful situations, feeling strong and secure. You are already brave. Embrace that knowing. Trust that perfect right action is taking place as Spirit guides you. Sometimes we just have to step out in faith, even when we are afraid. So, okay, these are great ideas, I think. But now let's talk about real life. Could I really risk humiliation, pain, or suffering by standing up by myself for what I believe? Could I do really brave things? I guess I won't really know the answer until I'm faced with a situation that calls for my bravery. But in looking back on my life, I do recognize the times I displayed courage, even though I didn't recognize it at the time. Sometimes I didn't even know how frightened I really was until later. So as a flight attendant, I participated in a successful evacuation of our 727 that had crashed on landing. Our landing gear broke off as we skidded down the runway amidst grinding and scraping noises and the possibility of fire. We evacuated all of our passengers on a full airplane in less than 90 seconds.
Wow.
As a mom, I did all kinds of crazy things. I think most moms can relate to this. walking into some very dangerous situations sometimes in order to protect my kids. The first time I sang a solo in public, I was so terrified my leg would not stop shaking. It shook the whole time, but I made it through. And then here's a story about a time I was in a subway station in Hong Kong, in an area people had told me I shouldn't go to alone, but there was good shopping there. I know my priorities. I had purchased my train ticket, but the machine did not return my change. After a few minutes of trying to get my change unsuccessfully, I walked away from the machine. Then, as I was walking, along came a group of young men who, when they pushed the button, received my change. I went right up to them and told them that was my change. They also seemed really surprised that I would dare to accost them on my own. They were kind of a scary-looking group. And when I stormed up to them and demanded my money, they really didn't know what to do because they had been congratulating themselves on their big score. But I asked for my money, I demanded my money, and I got it. Yeah, I did that, and I told my husband about it later. But he said that stupid is not the same as brave. Being up here on this podium can be scary. What if I lose my place, stutter, stumble, or mess up in a big way? What if I bore you or irritate you? Those are scary thoughts. I was originally scheduled to give this talk on April 27th. But on April 26th, I had a stroke and I lost part of my vision. 2 weeks later, as outgoing board president, I was scheduled to help facilitate our annual meeting up here. But that weekend, I fell over a cornhole ramp. I didn't see it. I hit my head and I landed on my wrist, which was broken in several places. I really didn't know that a hand could point in 3 different directions at the same time. So when Reverend Charlene asked me if I thought I'd be ready to give my talk today, I said yes. Because what you think about, you can bring about. However, given my recent track record, these last few days felt a little shaky. But here I am. Before I began, I take a deep breath and I allow Spirit to move through me. I know that God is in this place and I am safe. The source and power of my words is right here. Oh, I can't lift that up there. Core in my heart. Whenever I feel afraid, I hold my head erect and whistle a happy tune so no one will suspect I'm afraid. You know that song, right? Yeah? Well, it's from Rodgers and Hammerstein, The King and I, and it's when the governess Anna helps her son not to be frightened as they begin their new life in Siam. This little girl listened to that song on my little 45 playing record player all the time. While shivering in my shoes, I strike a careless pose and whistle a happy tune so no one ever knows I'm afraid. The result of this deception is very strange to tell, for when I fool the people I fear, I fool myself as well. This is Science of Mind 101. If you change your thinking, you can change your life. There's no one-stop shop for courage, and one size does not fit all. But in answer to the question, where's my courage? It's right here. My heart is the seat of my courage. And even if I am afraid, I can step out in faith. With spirit, I can do what needs to be done. You can be as brave as you make believe you are. And so it is. Thank you.
Wow, Pat, that was just an amazing talk. Let's have another big hand for her.
Yeah.
Wow. And I empathized with you so much at the beginning when you were telling your childhood story, and then your mom gave you courage. Boy, what a great mom and parents you had. They were good teachers.
Hmm.
Yeah. Oh, amazing. Amazing. Thank you for all those wonderful stories. So this song, I was trying to figure out, well, how can Love Song by Elton John, it's actually by Leslie Duncan. This was done by Elton John on his first album. It was on his very, very first album. And I was trying to think, okay, well, how can this relate to courage? Well, absolutely. Because the opposite of love is not hate, it's fear. It's fear. So just listen to the words of the song. It's just beautiful. And you can sing along too. The words I have to say may well be simple, but they're true. Until you give your love, there's nothing more that we can do. Love is the opening door. Love is what we came here for. No one could offer you more. Do you know what I mean? Have your eyes really seen?
You say it's very hard to leave behind the life we knew. But there's no other way, and now it's really up to you.
Love is the key we must turn. Truth is the flame we must burn. Freedom, the lesson we must learn. Do you know what I mean? Have your eyes really seen? Love is the opening door. Love is the opening door. Love is what we came here for. Love is what we came here for. No one could offer you more. Do you know what I mean? Have your eyes really seen? Do you know what I mean? Have your eyes really seen? Thank you.
I have chills. Do you guys have chills? Like I have chills after that, actually. Well, let's see. We have come to the part of our service where we have an opportunity to give. These are our. I lost my place. Hang on. There's some stuff I'm supposed to say. This, our tithe, our gift, our offering. This is what keeps our. Oh, thank you. I was supposed to call you forward, and I didn't yet. Sorry. These are the gifts that keep our center running, to be honest with you, right? It keeps the lights on, it keeps the bills paid, it keeps our staff paid, it keeps the events going here that we have going on. You know, a lot of that takes, time and effort and financial support. So we are very, very grateful to you all. This has been going on all morning. My words are just sort of leaving me. I don't know what's happening here.
We love you, Marcy.
I'm glad somebody does. Oh man. But we are very grateful for everything that we do receive here. You guys are amazing and so supportive, and we couldn't be more grateful. So I'm going to ask you now if you will take your tithe, your gift, your offering, and just put it up against your heart and allow yourself to just bless this. And join me in our affirmation of abundance. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am prosperous now.
God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Love is my source. Love is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. Everything. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. Peace is my source. Peace is my source. Peace is my power. Peace gives me everything I need. Everything. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Peace gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. Everything. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need.
Right. And now I am going to invite up our board member, Susan Cole, to do our announcements.
I'm always looking to Karen. Thank you, Karen. Good morning, everyone. Oh, this has been such a great service. Thank you so much for the music. It's been great. Today, our young adult group will be meeting online via Zoom at 6 p.m. They will be discussing the summer solstice and the cycles of life. Ted Blake, who's a practitioner intern, and Jessica Christensen will be holding this discussion group. And if interested in joining, please email them. There is information on a flyer on the activities table. If you know a young adult who would be interested in connection with other like-minded folks, please pass this along to them. We are trying to grow our youth program, and it's coming along beautifully. CSL TV Education is back for the summer. Beth Haas and Rev Shar will be teaching visioning, a way of life. Visioning is a wonderful spiritual practice, much like meditation, and when practiced regularly, visioning can transform every aspect of our lives, from clarity about our life purpose to our interpersonal relationships, to the organizations to which we belong, and the societies in which we live. Class begins on July 22nd from 6 to 8:30, and this is a 6-week course. So sign up now. The details are on the sign-up sheet on the activities table, and I'll tell you, this is a great one. I've taken it. I'm taking it again. And with Rev Shar and Beth Haas together, it's an amazing class. The CSL TV Hiking Club will be exploring the Doane Valley together on Saturday, June 28th. Amberly will be leading us on a hike that is more than just a walk through nature. She will teach us about how our ancestors viewed this land and how they worked cooperatively with it. And I'd like to invite Amberly to come up and tell us more about it.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. So it's an interesting view up here. And yes, you're right, Reverend Pat. Like, it is an interesting heart palpation that happens up here. So about the hiking, I'm Amberly, in case you didn't know me, and I do guide the hikes. It's the last Saturday of every month that we do this. And we are going to Doane Valley. The one thing that I wanted to mention about this, it's not necessarily about this hike in particular, but it's about all of our hikes on the last Saturday of the month. So I want to honor that we have 90 people in our club, which is amazing. Like, that's huge. And I send out a newsletter every month on the first of the month that explains the hike. In that, I ask if anybody could RSVP from that newsletter. That way I can get a head count of exactly how many people are going to come. That way I can prepare and I can set up like carpooling if necessary, as well as the sign-up sheet. The sign-up sheet out here is not to sign up for that specific hike. It's actually to sign up to be on that newsletter list. So just so you know, it's not about signing up for that hike in particular that sign-up sheet is for. It's to actually be on the newsletter. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure that everybody was on board with that. And if you would like to join us, it's going to be the 28th, I want to say. And it's an absolutely beautiful place. It's basically the Sierra Nevadas down in Southern California region. So absolutely amazing hike. We're going to actually be hitting 3 different trails along our path. So I really hope that you can join us on this space. Another thing about the hikes is that it's really about earthing. And I'm not sure if you're familiar with what that is, but it's really about forest bathing and earthing. So the electromagnetic frequency that is running through us is also running through Earth. And when we can connect and ground in, center in, and breathe into the Earth space, there is a different transition, a different frequency that takes place. And you can give the Earth that which is no longer serving you in that space and receive back everything that you need to take in to express yourself at your highest frequency. So I hope that you'll join in that. Yeah. And it is very nerve-wracking up here, but but I'm glad to be present, and thank you very much. Have a great Sunday.
Thank you, Amberly. You did a great job. And it really is spiritual when we're out there walking, and Amberly does such a great job. The Divine Wellness Group is offering a Healing Sunday on June 29th. So that's next Sunday. The hike is next Saturday. The Healing Sunday begins at noon with many healing modalities being offered, such as Reiki. I always say it wrong. Reiki. Reiki, healing touch, gentle massage, and more. The offering is $20 at the door, so you pay your $20 at the door, and you can take advantage of all of those healing practices if you would like to. It's really going to be a great event, and again, that's next Sunday, right here in the sanctuary at noon. And then now I'd like to call up Marcy to talk. Just one moment. Got your mic.
We are also, this is for those of you who maybe come a little irregularly or don't necessarily know, like maybe decide on the spur of the moment to come to service. We have a list out, so we have a sign up sheet outside for a sub team. And this is just if somebody's going to be out, ambassadors, hospitality, something like that. If we're going to be down a person, this is a sign up sheet where you put your phone number in, comes to me, and on like Friday night, Saturday night, you might get a text that just says, hey, is anybody willing to come a little early tomorrow to help set up, outside, or help stay a little late and help do some dishes in the hospitality. It is a one-off. It's very easy. So if you are in a position where you would like to be able to contribute to the community, but you can't necessarily be here every week or for whatever reason, this is a great opportunity. And again, it's like a Friday night, Saturday night text. If you're not coming that Sunday, then you just don't do it. It's fine. Like there's no obligation. The little dog in the bag, little baby. So that's it. Are there any further announcements? Okay.
Okay, we'll get to that in just a few minutes. Okay, all right. Finally, for me, CSL TV hospitality team and the board are providing a summer barbecue on July 6th after service. You don't want to miss this fun day. Bring a dish to share, and then the hot dogs, hamburgers, and all the fixins will be provided. Veggie options too, so don't miss out. Please see Monica, Larry, Susan, or Bonnie on what dishes you will bring to share. And I think we'll start forming a list so that we know we don't get a lot of duplicates, and maybe even an RSVP so we have a head count. So be looking for that on the activities table next week. And Rev Shar says that she is bringing Italian pasta salad. So that's a good one. Okay, I think that's it.
So, actually, no, I'm sorry. I need, sorry, yeah. Are you on? You're now. I'm on. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, thank you. And I'm actually going to ask Karen to come up for just a moment. Yay, and I'm not going to give you any hints on why.
Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be up here. When Reverend Charlene asked me to be a presenter today, I was excited for the opportunity to give back to the CSL community. This community has given back to me so much. I've been attending CSL TV for almost 2 years now, and at that time, I've been nourished by the spiritual smorgasbord of uplifting messages, positive workshops, and classes that fill my heart and soul full with joy. For the past 8 months, I also have had the pleasure of being part of your setup team. And during that time, I've worked alongside a very special young man named Zach. Zach has been a steady, reliable force on the setup team for 3.5 years. Yay. I can first remember my first year, watching him and others transform the sanctuary with such care and intention. They were very precise. They knew what they were doing, and it felt really good to see their confidence in that. Zach has been a steady, reliable force on the setup crew for 3.5 years. I remember my first year watching him and others transform the sanctuary with care and intention. He's been the most experienced part of the team, and my heart behind the room flip logistics every week. But beyond his reliability and strength, what has truly touched me is the energy he brings. Whenever I see Zach walk through those doors arms full of plants from Rev Shar's office, calmly answering questions from the new young members, grabbing a quick bite to eat before coming back to help break down, I feel a shift in my heart, a quiet strength, a sense of comfort. Zach has been my teacher, my teammate, my go-to guy, and the hand that reaches out to anyone who asks. Zach, you're an amazing young man. I think of all the best thoughts for you and your future. On behalf of the CSL team, community, and with much love and gratitude, we present you with this small token of our appreciation. Is Zach in here? I don't even see Zach. He'll have to watch it on the replay. Thank you very much. I'll see that he gets this.
There, we got one more. Wait. I'm so sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I know, we got a lot of them today.
Oh, wait, there's more.
Diane.
Hi, everybody. We have a children's program, and we are now working with Reverend Charlene and taking the same. Come on up and come up here on the step. And I know you were talking about courage and the courage that you need. Over here, this way. The courage that you need, even though you're afraid. And so we did the story about Peter Pan and Tinkerbell, and let's talk about what we did. So, Briggs, what did you make?
I made when they first landed
In
in Neverland.
Yeah.
They saw this little tiny building, and that was Peter Pan's home.
This is Callie. This is Briggs. This is Callie.
I made just like Neverland, but with all the fairies in it.
I know, but is there something with the microphone? Yeah, just put it right up to.
You just got to get close.
I made Neverland, which it goes that Neverland is something that kids dream of at night, and parents aren't there, so you just like basically do whatever you want. Neverland.
This is Leah.
I made Neverland with a rainbow, and yeah, I don't know.
And so that's great, isn't it? Yeah. Thank you very much. I just wanted you to see him. Thank you. Thank you, Marcy.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, good.
All right. So that brings us to the end of our service. I would like to bring up, if there are any practitioners or practitioner interns, if you'd like to come up here on the stage with us. And of course, Pat Clark. I'm actually going to turn this off for a moment so I can hand it back.
Oh,
So here we are. Are the practitioner interns here today too? Couple, okay. Well, let's pray. I really taking in this awesome day, reflecting on how much we've grown, reflecting on from the first time we came into this space until today. Sometimes not even being sure that we would make it, yet here we are. We've grown We've taken in new members. Life is really good, I think, right now for CSL TV, and it's because of all of you. And so knowing that Spirit is always present, knowing that Spirit always supports and guides, as I can tell from reflecting on our past and looking into our future. I have great gratitude in all that is happening in this place. And I am grateful for the service itself as it unfolded beautifully. I am grateful for our musicians, Cahill and Deline, who brought the message home powerfully to us about how Spirit lives always among us. And as we move forward into this day, I encourage you to spend a little time in the social hall, getting to know each other a little bit more. I encourage you to take each day one step at a time as you enjoy the love of Spirit being embraced by God. And so I look out upon you and I say, peace be upon you. Peace to you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday and a wonderful rest of the week, knowing that God is always with you. With gratitude and appreciation, I release my word unto the law. I know the law always responds with yes. Yes. And so it is.
So it is.
So it is. Here we go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We're going to do our closing song right now. I can see clearly now. Now that we have all the rain out of our heads, let's get some sunshine in there. Thank you, Marcy and Pat. Just wonderful. And all you speakers up here. That was just wonderful. All right. Are you ready? Well, I can see clearly now the rain is gone. Well, I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. Yeah, it's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Yeah, it's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. I think I can make it. I think I can make it now. The pain is gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Oh, here is that rainbow I've been praying for. Yeah, it's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Yeah, it's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Woo! Look all around, there's nothing but blue skies. Look straight ahead, there's nothing but blue skies. Ooh, well, I can see clearly now the rain is gone. Well, I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. Yeah, it's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Yeah, it's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Oh, it's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Yeah, It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Woo-hoo-hoo, yeah. Woo. Have a wonderful, blessed week. Thank you.